Yeah, my name's Paul Baker. I've been a Cheltenham fan since I was about 12 years old, and I'm now just over 50 years of age, so it's quite a long time span, really. I was born in Cheltenham and educated here at Denali Street Primary School when it was in Denali Street, and then moved on to the Cheltenham Grammar School when it was the building before where it is now. And then on leaving school, I went to work for NatWest Bank in the town. My parents weren't particularly involved in any sort of sport during my early years and while I was living at home. I think it was something I got into by default, really. I just used to go and kick a football around on the golf course opposite our house, and obviously one day I went to see Cheltenham Town as a 10 or 11-year-old with a group of mates, and I suppose I was bitten then, and I've been a bit of a football fanatic ever since, as well as supporting Cheltenham Town and being involved with them. I used to follow West Ham, and whenever I can we go and watch England as well, and I now go with my children. Two of my children are also football fans. I really do relate to Cheltenham because I've spent all my life here, and because I supported the club as a boy, it gives me great pride to be associated and involved with the football club now. The club has tremendous traditions. It's always been based, or for many years it's been based at Whaddon Road. It's a cosy ground which generates a nice atmosphere. The people at Cheltenham who come along and watch us are fantastically well behaved, and we have a great family atmosphere, family tradition at the ground. And we've spent a significant amount of money on improving the facilities there over the last 10 years for the benefit of the town going forward, and obviously for the benefit of people who come and watch us now. I went from becoming a supporter to becoming a sponsor, and then from becoming a sponsor to becoming invited to join the board of directors. And at the time the club was in the non-league, in the Southern League. We were getting crowds of about 400 or 500, and the club was insolvent. But being a football fanatic and being a Cheltonian, I decided I'd give it a go, and to be honest, we've had some really good times in the last 10 years. We went from being insolvent to being solvent. We went from being a part-time non-league club to a full-time professional football league club. So it's been a real roller coaster. It's mainly been good times, good memories, including trips to Wembley and trips to the Millennium Stadium. We've had numerous open-top bus tours around the town where the crowds have come out in huge numbers. We've had a number of civic receptions at the town hall and the pump room. And yeah, we've had some great times, and I think the club has been really good for the town. I think it's certainly given a feel-good factor when we've had all these successes. And I think the town in the main is proud to have the club here, and I think it's helped put the town on the map, because Cheltenham's long been known for lots of things, whether it's its parks and its buildings and its museums and its festivals. But on the sporting side, you've got the racing, of course, and you've got the cricket festival, and you've got the Bugatti racing not far away, and football now has become firmly established. And you pick up any national paper and you look in the sports sections, and Cheltenham is mentioned, and I think that's good, and it brings people to the town who wouldn't perhaps otherwise come to the town. I think a particularly special time was when we finally achieved, after 107 years, elevation to the full-time professional football league. We played at Whaddon Road against our local rivals Yeovil Town. It was a full house, sort of 7,000 people there crammed in. We needed to win to secure promotion, and it was a cracking game. I think we won 3 or 4-2 in the end, but it was a great atmosphere, and everyone stayed behind afterwards. All the fans went on the pitch and celebrated, and I think I was there, and many directors and players and were there to the early hours of the morning celebrating what was really a momentous occasion, because little old Cheltenham has suddenly come from nowhere to become one of the elite in this country's football league. We have a squad of 24, 25 players, all of whom are full-time. In other words, they earn their living from playing football. On top of that, we've got about 6 or 7 full-time coaches and physio staff. We've got an office staff of about 10. So we're a big business in the town now. We probably employ 30, 40 people, turning over in excess of £2 million. So yeah, big business, run by a board which is essentially volunteers, although we do have a full-time chief executive now. But up until Last year we didn't, and we used to make all the decisions ourselves. But having a chief executive does help. He's there day to day. As I say, going to the old Wembley Stadium with Cheltenham Town was fantastic, because I was able to be in the Royal Box, you know, and the week before had been the cup final, and the Queen was probably there, and a week later little old Cheltenham Town were there, so that was fantastic, and I think we took 20,000 people from Cheltenham to see that. But yes, I've been to the new Wembley. I saw the FA Cup final there this year. Fantastic stadium, great credit to all those involved, and you know, whilst it had lots of hiccups in the building process, I think we can look forward now. I think we've got a stadium to be really proud of, and what I hope is that, you know, Cheltenham Town have been to Wembley, we've been to the Millennium Stadium, because the playoffs are played at Wembley every year. I would love to get in the playoffs in the next 3-4 years and take Cheltenham Town and loads of Cheltonians and people from Gloucestershire to see Cheltenham Town at Wembley. That'd be fantastic.